The world of designer toys is a fascinating blend of imagination, art, and storytelling. And within this universe stands one of the most beloved and mysterious characters, the Labubu doll. At first glance, Labubu may appear as a mischievous little creature with its wild hair, toothy grin, and wide-eyed expression. But beneath its strange yet endearing design lies a rich narrative that has captured the hearts of collectors worldwide. To describe the story of Labubu is not merely to recount the tale of a toy, but to explore how an artistic creation can evolve into a cultural phenomenon, carrying with it layers of meaning, emotional attachment, and global admiration. The Labubu doll is not just a piece of vinyl, it is a storybook character, an artistic statement, and a companion that reflects the wonder and whimsy of childhood imagination. Labubu originated from the creative mind of the artist Kasing, a Hong Kong-based illustrator and toy designer, whose works often feature dreamlike creatures that feel as though they belong to a parallel world. Lung is known for creating fantastical characters that embody both innocence and mischief, and Labubu is perhaps his most iconic creation. The doll was born out of Lung's illustrated stories and sketches, where he sought to blend elements of folklore, fairy tales, and his own surreal imagination. The name Labubu itself is playful, rolling off the tongue in a way that mirrors the doll's quirky personality. It is not tied to a specific language but feels universal, reflecting how art can transcend borders and communicate through visuals rather than words. Labubu's appearance, wide mouth filled with sharp teeth, expressive round eyes, spiky ears, and a fluffy body, is deliberately designed to be both strange and lovable. It embodies the duality of fear and fascination, evoking the kind of creatures children invent in their minds during play or imagine lurking under the bed at night, only to later befriend them in their dreams. One of the most enchanting aspects of the Labubu doll's story is its world-building. Kasing Lung envisioned Labubu as part of the Monsters, a whimsical series of characters that live in a magical universe filled with eccentric beings. This world is not governed by human logic but by imagination, where creatures of odd proportions coexist and reflect the emotions of wonder, loneliness, joy, and mischief. Within this storybook-like setting, Labubu takes on the role of the curious trickster, the kind of character who is unpredictable, sometimes naughty, but never malicious. It represents the playful chaos of childhood, reminding people that curiosity and mischief are essential to growth and creativity. Unlike traditional dolls or toys that often lean toward perfect cuteness, Labubu thrives on imperfection. Its crooked teeth, scruffy look, and unusual charm create an aesthetic that resonates deeply with modern collectors who seek uniqueness rather than conformity. The Labubu doll became a phenomenon largely through the collaboration with Mart, the Chinese company that specializes in blind box collectibles. Blind boxes are small, sealed packages that contain one toy from a larger series, and buyers do not know which character variation they will receive until they open it. This element of surprise, mixed with the addictive joy of collecting, turned Labubu into a sensation. Each series of Labubu dolls features the character dressed in different costumes or transformed into various themed versions, such as seasonal outfits, fantasy roles, or collaborations with other brands. This endless adaptability kept fans engaged and eager to discover new versions, almost like following chapters in an ongoing story. The collectors' community quickly embraced Labubu, and the doll began to spread beyond Asia, finding fans in Europe, America, and other parts of the world. Its story evolved from a local artistic creation to a global collectible icon, proving how a quirky character could transcend cultural boundaries. But Labubu is more than just a commercial success. It represents the intersection of art and emotion. When people talk about their Labubu collections, they rarely describe them simply as toys. Instead, they see them as companions, as representations of mood, or even as symbols of resilience. The toothy grin of Labubu, for instance, has been interpreted by fans as a sign of mischievous courage, a reminder to face the world with a fearless smile, no matter how strange things may appear. Its scruffy, unpolished look also reminds people that imperfection is beautiful, and that true charm lies in authenticity. In a world often dominated by polished, mass-produced imagery, Labubu's raw and odd design feels refreshing and honest, making it resonate deeply with those who long for something real in their lives. The story of Labubu also ties into the nostalgia of childhood. Many collectors describe the doll as something that reconnects them to their younger selves, evoking the sense of wonder they felt when reading fairy tales or inventing imaginary friends. Labubu could easily fit into a storybook illustrated by classic authors like Lewis Carroll or Maurice Sendak, where strange creatures carry hidden wisdom. In this sense, Labubu is not just a doll, but a bridge between childhood imagination and adult appreciation of art. It appeals to children for its playful design, but also to adults who see it as a symbol of creativity and individuality. This dual appeal is part of why Labubu's story has spread so widely across different generations. From a storytelling perspective, the evolution of Labubu is also fascinating. Each themed version of the doll is like a new chapter in its life. For example, seasonal versions, like Labubu dressed as Santa Claus or in Halloween costumes, connect the character to real-world traditions, making it feel alive and present in the same timeline as the collectors. Other series place Labubu in fantastical roles, as a wizard, astronaut, or mythical creature, expanding its world and inviting fans to imagine endless possibilities. This evolving narrative ensures that Labubu never feels static but always dynamic, growing alongside its audience. It mirrors how fairy tale characters evolve across different cultures and generations, adapting to the times while retaining their essence. The global popularity of Labubu also speaks to the rise of art toys and collectible culture in the 21st century. Unlike traditional dolls meant for children, art toys like Labubu are designed for collectors, often adults who see them as pieces of modern pop art. This movement redefines what toys represent, blurring the line between plaything and artwork. Labubu's limited editions, collaborations, and exclusives have made it highly sought after, with some rare versions selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars on secondary markets. This collector's frenzy adds another layer to the story, one of passion, community, and even obsession. Fans gather online and at conventions to trade, showcase, and celebrate their collections, turning Labubu into not just an object, but a social experience. The doll becomes a medium through which people connect, share stories, and find common ground. Another important element of Labubu's story is its emotional adaptability. While it began as a quirky, mischievous creature, fans project their own feelings and experiences onto it. Some see it as a symbol of resilience against life's hardships. Others view it as a reminder of playfulness amidst adult responsibilities. Its ambiguous design, part scary, part cute, makes it a blank canvas for interpretation. Unlike dolls with fixed personalities, Labubu invites people to imagine their own stories, filling in the gaps with their personal emotions. This open-ended quality ensures that Labubu's story never truly ends. It continues evolving with every collector who embraces it. As the Labubu doll continues to grow in popularity, its story also highlights the shifting trends in global culture. The rise of designer toys like Labubu reflects a growing desire for individuality and self-expression in an increasingly standardized world. Collectors are not simply buying objects, they are investing in characters that reflect their identity and taste. Owning a Labubu doll is not just about possession, but about belonging to a larger narrative, one that celebrates imagination, imperfection, and artistic storytelling. It represents how even in a fast-paced digital age, people crave tangible symbols of creativity that they can hold, display, and cherish. In conclusion, the story of the Labubu doll is a tale of art, imagination, and human connection. Born from the creative vision of Kasing, Labubu embodies the whimsical charm of childhood wonder while resonating with adults as a symbol of individuality and authenticity. Its journey from a quirky sketch to a global collectible phenomenon reflects not only the power of artistic storytelling, but also the deep emotional bonds people can form with objects that spark joy and imagination. Labubu is not just a doll, it is a character, a companion, and a cultural icon whose story continues to unfold with every new release and with every collector who embraces it. In its toothy grin and wild-eyed gaze lies a reminder that the world is more magical than it seems, and that sometimes the strangest creatures carry the most profound lessons about creativity, resilience, and the beauty of imperfection.